Hello, this is my tutorial on how to create this movie poster using Adobe Illustrator and Photoshop. So first, I'm going to go ahead and open an Illustrator file, and I'm going to use the rectangle tool to put this pink rectangle over the artboard. After that, I'm going to lock that layer and go ahead to File, Place, and start placing the images I want to use. I'm going to start with this first one here, and I'm going to scroll down to find crop. I'm going to press OK, and then I'm going to crop it to the dimensions that I want. After that, I'm just going to resize it. After that, I'm going to grab another image. Because this image is longer and the proportions are weird when I try to scale it up, I'm actually going to crop it into two images. I'm just going to go ahead and adjust the first one to make sure the proportions stay the same. So I'm going to go ahead and crop this one kind of halfway where the legs separate from the rest of the body. And then I'm going to replace the image once again and crop it again to get the other side. Because this poster is for a more experimental film, I'm okay with the cropping being not exactly perfectly aligned. After I've placed all my images to my liking, I'm going to go ahead and adjust the colors. I'm going to go to Edit, Edit Colors, and then Adjust Color Balance. After this, I'm going to use each of the sliders to play around and find a color scheme that I liked. I wanted to keep a lot of the reds and really bring the white balance up to give it more of a vintage look. Once I'm happy with that, I'm going to use the same color adjustments on the rest of the images. So I'm going to use Command A to select everything and apply the same coloring to the rest of the images. After that, I'm going to go back to Edit Colors, and I'm going to choose Saturate, and I'm going to adjust the intensity. And I'm just going to go ahead and go back and adjust the color balance to something that I like. Once I'm happy with that, I'm going to go to my brush tool. I'm going to use the color picker to pick out the color of the model's hair. And I'm going to start doodling on top of the pictures, making sure to use a brush that looks more like a realistic pencil or crayon. And I'm just going to highlight the model, so using zigzags or other design elements that look like they came out of a comic book. For the sunglasses, I'm going to doodle on top of the frames. I went ahead and drew an eye as well as a spiral. And I also wanted the mouth at the bottom to be shouting something, so initially I added a scream, but later I changed it to be the title of the movie poster. And this is when I go back in and add the title of the movie poster framed. I'm using the same brush tool, but I'm using a smaller stroke, so I'm able to write with a little more detail, and then I'm going to go in and adjust the boldness later. After this, I added a little bit of a drop shadow. All I did was Command C and Command V to make a copy of this text. I changed the color and then placed it behind the initial text. After this, I brought it into Photoshop. I'm going to go to Filter, Noise, and add a little bit of grain just to further enhance the vintage look. And as an end result, we have the finished poster. Thank you.